If no one's told you, I'm going to be the one to tell you. You are the main creator of the outcome of your life. And if your life isn't going the way that you want it to go, most of the time, I'm going to say there's one or two exceptions because circumstance is circumstance, but you are the problem. You're the problem. And I was my biggest problem. I promise you that. I'll tell you that straight to your face, speaking to myself. But you really do have the power to get yourself out of whatever you're in, especially when it comes to your emotions. If you are in a deep depression, and I get it, some people shit is clinical, I understand. But try to change your mindset, instill certain things that will help you. Just like saying, like, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am wealthy, I am rich in wealth, I am amazing, I love my family, I am blessed to have everyone that I have. Just keep saying those things to yourself and more beautiful words, and your soul, the universe, will listen, and whatever you are putting out there is always given back to you. A lot of the people, sometimes they stick, or not stick, but they get stuck in the place that they're at, or the mental state that they're at, because they're comfortable. And comfortability is your worst enemy, I promise you. The discomfort and the change is what's really going to help you in life, because life is changing. Life is ever changing. There's not going to be a time in life where you are the same person, where you are in the same circumstance all your life. Something, whether it be small or big, is going to change. And at this point, we need to be used to it. You need to get used to it. You need to start putting change in your own face, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. Changing wherever you're at or what you're doing is what's going to put you in the place that you want to be. So, babes, you got to switch it up. We got to start changing. We got to start acting. We got to start doing. Even the way you think has to change. Start instilling practices in your life that are going to be for the betterment of you. And I get it. Not everybody wants to do the meditation. Not everybody wants to do all these things that they be hearing about, little woo-woos. It's not woo-woo. This is life. These are things that have been proven to work, even in studies. Take visualization. Start to visualize yourself in the place that you want to be, and how you want to look, how you want your life to look, what you are eating, how you are functioning in life, the car that you have, everything. I promise everything will start to at least shift in little increments to where you get to that point in life. And I hate to be the one to tell you, but a lot of people are living in a victim mindset. That is your biggest weakness, because you can't see yourself as a victim. Even some of the actual people who are victims, like who have been abused and just tortured, still, most of them don't see themselves as a victim of something, because that's not going to get them anywhere. That's something they went through. That's a trauma that they do have 100%. And no one's ever, putting that off, saying that didn't happen, because it did. That's their story. That's their life. That's something that they had to experience, and it was an experience. So now what are we going to do? What are we going to do to change it? How are we going to make ourselves better? How are we going to get from this place to another? There's always a different route, and you have to think like this. You have to have a positive mindset. And I get it. It's hard. It's hard for a lot of people, and sometimes it's hard to have that person next to you being happy or trying to push you in a positive direction when you just want to sit there. And you want to be mad, and you want to be upset, and you don't want to hear none of this bullshit that they're talking, because it's crazy and it's woo-woo and they're not understanding the situation. But I promise you, they're trying to help you, because that person is me. When shit goes left for somebody, I'm going to tell them it's happening for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's nothing that happens to you that's not equating to something else, whether it be good, bad, whatever it is. Everything is neutral. They're not going to suffer from one small thing happening to you unless you make yourself suffer. I could be so happy to eat this apple. I could bring an apple. I'm going to take it to work today. I'm going to eat this apple for lunch. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so juicy. I'm going to fuck this thing up. So excited. If I get outside and I drop this apple and it gets ran over by a car, am I going to be a little sad? Yeah. I was so hyped up. This apple looked amazing. Like, God damn, like you had to run over my apple? You had to do that? Okay, cool. I'm going to let myself sit in that for maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe 5, and I'm going to move on. Because what is it going to do for me to be mad all day talking about this car ran over my apple? Oh my gosh, I wanted it so bad. Fuck them. They're terrible people, because they're not. They didn't do it on purpose. You dropped it. They just so happened to be driving at the speed that they were, and it got under their car and it got smashed. It's unfortunate. Yeah, hell yeah, it's unfortunate. But it's not their fault. And most of the time, it's not your fault too. Shit happens. Shit happens. But whether you let it go or you let it affect you is the biggest difference. Is the thing that's going to make or break your day, and also can make or break your life. Really think about that one. So today, I want you to be that person of change. I want you to start feeling the best you that you could possibly be. I want you to start putting yourself in a position to get to where you want to be. That's going to be the best outcome for you. So let's change some things up. Let's make things better. Start with your mindset. How are you talking to yourself? That's the first thing. How do you speak to yourself? Are you speaking to yourself like you would speak to anybody else that you love, that you truly love and would never want to hurt? You're probably not. So let's change that. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, let's work on our reactions. Are our reactions valid? Are they hurting others in the process? Are they traumatizing the third-party person that's sitting in your back seat? Are they? Are they? Let's change that. Let's start thinking before we act and thinking before we speak, because it's going to put you in a better position in the life that you want to live. I promise. And it's situations and things like this in life that a lot of people go through. I've seen somebody so down bad over the smallest of things, and then start to tweak out on somebody else because that's how they were feeling, or they just felt a little bit of way about something, and the person responded in the wrong way that they didn't want to hear and flipped out. Was it really that serious to sit back and just take a second and be like, you know what? You have a blessed day. Karma is karma, and what is put out into this world will come right back. If they had a nasty attitude towards you, somebody's going to give it right back to them. You don't have to be the one to do it, because it's going to make you feel like crap later. I promise you, unless you really just wanted to have it out with that one specific person, you're not going to feel the best about it. But it's all about how you react. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. And that is 100% true. 100% true. And even in situations, if you were just to take the high road, and sometimes I get it. You want to get down with the other person. Like, you know what? I can get lower. But they don't deserve that from you. They don't deserve that from you. And that's only going to steer you in the wrong direction. Because as long as you're moving towards a greater goal with a positive attitude, the best outlook that you could possibly have, your life will only be good. You'll only benefit from it. You're not gonna lose anything. But when you're angry, when you're in a victim mindset, all you do is losing. All you're doing is losing.